Hello, yet another video. This one is all about the group project. Yes, I know everybody hates group projects. I get it. I understand. Trust me. And doing a group project online, of course, makes it a little more interesting, possibly challenging. But I want to make sure you are aware of quite a few different things. Now, first and foremost, when you look at your screen, your homepage, you will notice the Papers and Such folder. If you go to the Papers and Such folder, you will see Group Project Details. If you click on Group Project Details, it will take you here. Now, here is where it talks about the group project. It is something that takes place through the entire semester. Notice some stuff is bold, some stuff is red, some stuff's italicized and underlined. This is to help you remember this is what you need to read. You really need to pay attention to all of it. The biggest thing about this group project is it is pretty much a semester-long test to you to see how well you follow directions. It is worth a total of 200 points. That means 2 letter grades. The presentation is only a small portion of that. Most of this is to see how well you actually follow directions all semester long. I tell you this because I say it every single semester, and every single semester I have people who ignore most of what I say, and then they get very upset when they get a poor grade. Then I show them, hey, this is what you were graded on, and I've told you this repeatedly throughout the semester. So trying this once more. I'm doing its very own little video just about the project to start with. And I promise there will be more of these as the semester wears on. So pretty much right here, you have the first 2 weeks of the class to claim your topic. Notice it's broken down into 6 topics. Each one of these groups, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they have 2 articles, 2 news articles. Each of these, what's in blue, these are hyperlinks. So if you click on them, they will take you to a news article. You are going to have to basically understand, explain, whatever, tie them together, both of these articles, and you have to find a third article, current article, where you tie all of this stuff together with the current pandemic. You can talk about how the coronavirus has made something better or how it's made something worse. You can even just simply say, hey, it might not be better or worse, but look, this is what we have discovered because of. You have to tie it in, which means you have to have a third article. So that means a minimum of 3 news articles, the 2 that I supplied you with and the third one you find. You can 100% pull other stuff in. That would be great. But you have to have at least those 3 articles. If you look below, you will see that it says a minimum of 4 valid sources. Most people use their textbook for the 4th, but you can use other articles as well. Now, Wikipedia is not a valid source, so please do not use Wikipedia. As soon as I see that, I'm going to tell you that's wrong. So no Wikipedia, please. Now, what's going to happen, you will send me a message. Well, not really a message. There's an assignment called Claim Topic. Notice down here, it tells you right here, Claim Topic. If you click on this link, it will take you to Claim Topic. And then you just say, I would like group 2 or 5. If you are doing this within the first 2 days or so of class, typically it's not an issue. You can just grab one and you're good. It's not officially yours until I reply. As I get it and I mark it down, I will reply and say something like, got it, or okay. If you're smart, you will say, my first choice is this. My second choice is this, because I can never predict how fast these groups fill. Because what I do is as each person claims it, when it reaches a certain number, I will close it. When that happens, I will post in the announcement, group 1 is now closed. That means you can't claim it. And I also go by the timestamp. So if, say, 8 people try to claim the same topic, I start with the person who sent it in earliest, and then I move forward. When the group fills, I then tell anyone who claimed it after that 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 topic is already filled. What's your second choice? A lot of people don't check, and they don't look for the feedback, and then they're completely confused. Make sure you read your feedback. Until I say you have this, you're not in the group. So if you're smart, you'll take a look at these, decide which ones you really like, and you will tell me, my first choice is this, my second choice is this, my third choice is this. That way, if something happens, I already know, and I can just put you right on into the next line, and you don't have to get just stuck with something. So here we go. The next part of this group project, because we'll talk more about this stuff later. The next part of the group project is, if it will go there, the grading. If you remember a moment ago, I just said it is a semester-long thing of me seeing how well you follow directions. Literally, it is. I despise people who think they can do the bare minimum and then get all the credit because everybody else worked all semester. That is why I do it this way. So if you look here, it says that your personal grade, because not everybody in the group gets the same grade, you get what you yourself earn. So we're going to see whether or not you actually turn everything in. When everything's done, you have this thing called where it says peer eval group work. There will be an assignment that opens after everything is presented in week 15. When that's done, you have to turn in this form and you have to vote basically for the other groups. So a quarter of the grade is on that form and whether or not you voted for the other groups. Another quarter of the grade is based on whether or not you actually looked at all of the other presentations and how you interacted with people on there, because you are expected to view and comment and question and be interactive in every single group's presentation. If you choose not to do that, that's your prerogative, but then you're going to lose your grades. When your presentation is posted, you are supposed to interact with people who are asking you questions. So you are supposed to be answering questions. You're supposed to attempt to take turns with others. However, if you are one of those people who just decides you're not going to do anything till the very end, you're not going to have many areas in order to answer questions because you are not being active during the presentation assignment. So make sure you are actually there and doing what you're supposed to do. And then finally, notice at the bottom in red, it says you must use the group discussion board I supply. You actually get graded on this. I am going to see, just to make sure, we have the project details like we just looked at, the grading we just looked at. This is the evaluation you do. You don't need it yet. This is all about the project, pretty much what we were just talking about, but it goes a little more in depth. But what I want to show you now, the discussions, the discussion boards. Here, where you see groups. As I assign people to groups, like you claim your topic and then I put you in a group, this is where your name is going to show up. This is where you are expected to communicate with your group members. If you want to communicate in another fashion, I don't care. But this is where you're getting a grade for it. Notice that it even tells you this under where it says groups. It tells you this is the group discussion board that actually factors into your personal grade. So I'm not hiding the fact that this is part of your grade, but I will have people who decide to use every other format of communication other than this discussion board and then be completely confused why they lost 50 points. You have to do this. This is part of the instructions. I do this because if you are communicating with each other in the group discussion board, I can see that you're actually being active. I can see that stuff's being done, and If you start to veer off the wrong direction, I can actually jump in and say, oh, I don't know if that's really a good idea, maybe blah, 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 and I can kind of give you some advice. If you are constantly communicating in the group discussion board, I know you're doing your job. You're doing great. And you get constant feedback from me. If you decide to go the way of Snapchat and Discord, those are the two that most people used last semester, I can't view it. I am not going to log in to your Discord channel to look because I told you this is where I wanted you to post it. I've had people send me invites so I could view it. I am not going to a different platform. I'm just not. It is here, so I have proof. I like it here because what I also have with this is Brightspace. I can go basically in the back door area and I can tell you who's opened what. I can tell you exactly when each member opened and looked at a message. When a student, a group mate, insists that nobody told them something or insists that they did communicate blah, 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 if I don't see them on the group board, I know they're lying. So I use the group discussion board. I know it seems like I'm going on and on about this, but this is the part that gets most people. I will have like well over half the class that won't use this group discussion board and then complain about people not talking to them and group mates not responding to emails and group mates not doing this and that. And every one of them, I will say, you need to post it in the group discussion board, because if you post in the group discussion board, your group mate has zero excuse for why they didn't get the message, because it's right there. We have proof. So again, group discussion board activity, that is a quarter of the grade. So 50 points, half a letter grade, is based on you using the group discussion board. So please just use the group discussion board. All right, so as that finishes, towards the end of the semester, we will then get to this part. This is where the group presentations are going to end up being posted. What happens here is you will post, one member will post the presentation. And then after that, you have to wait for people to view it and start asking questions. And then every single group member is expected to interact with everybody who communicates. I have the dates written there. So for those of you who are at some point going to be like, oh my gosh, but when's it due? Well, the presentation itself is due no later than April 21st at 10 p.m. I am very strict about this. You also cannot just do this very last minute and expect to do well. I have a sample presentation that somebody did last semester that blew me away. They gave me permission to show it, and so a little bit farther into the semester, I'm going to share it with people so I can show you something that did really well. I am not going to just post the PowerPoint because I know too many people will be tempted to literally just try to adjust the information. I've had that happen before, and that's disgusting. That's taking credit for somebody else's work, and I don't like that. So I will do like a video like this, and I will walk it through, and I will tell you what I really enjoyed about their presentation so you can have an idea. I'm doing that solely because I work better by example. If you show me what you really like, it helps me. So that's what I want to try to do for you. But I don't think you need that first week. Right now, you just have to remember that when the class begins, takes forever to go. When the class begins, you are going to go to papers and such, and then group project details. If you do not go to group project details, the claim topic will not open. So you have to do this. The other part, again, just to remind you, I do not want you telling me these titles. You tell me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what you tell me. You say, I would like to be in group 1, please. Or I would really like to be in group 2, but if that's full, then group 5, something to that effect. This is going to be the last semester I use these specific news articles, because hopefully I'm going to have better ones to update. Mainly this one, group 2. We're having a change of administration, but I can't change too much of the current administration articles until the new administration is in office. Since that happens January 20th, none of the policies are changing yet. I have to stick to the old policies first. Then I'll be updating. But we'll talk about that throughout the semester too. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. You do not want to procrastinate on this one because, again, it's a lot of points. So if you have any questions, feel free, send me a message, ask me. Again, papers and such, you click there. There's the group project details. Otherwise, you can go to week 1. Week 1, once you open the week 1 folder, will also have the claim topic there. Claim topic, like I said, will take you to the assignment where it tells you to do it. Notice the claim topic tells you again group number, and it tells you do not tell me the article, just the group number, and it reminds you you have to look at the group project details. So look at this. You click here, it takes you right back here. So it makes sense to start with group project details, like seriously. And keep an eye in the announcements for as I close groups. And I guess if you're passionate about any of these, just make sure to claim it quickly, because I'm not kidding. The way these tend to go is the first couple of days I have some very excited students and they will grab a couple of the groups quickly. And then I have those who just don't even look at anything until week 2, and then they'll say, oh gee, I didn't know we started class, and then they just get what's left. So if you want the option to pick what you want, I would do it early. Okay, I think that's it. If I forgot anything, sorry. Just shoot me a message, ask me, I'll happily answer the questions. And I'm so excited we're about to start. Yay. Guess that's it. Peace out.